This video is interesting because this is sometimes where fantasy football championships are won. Yeah, they can be won in the first round. They could be won in the second round. They could be lost in the first round. They could be lost in the second round. But this is where teams emerge that have firepower that they shouldn't have with their first round draft selection. Or second, if we're talking second, depending on who we pick. Who is the dark horse running back 1 overall? The rules of the game, we can't pick Bijan. We can't pick Jahmyr Gibbs. Let's even say we can't pick this man, Devon Achane. I'll float him to the top here. Let's just say we can't even pick Devon Achane. It can't be a top 3 lock running back. Let's say it can't be Christian McCaffrey. So McCaffrey off the board. Achane off the board. Can't be, actually, let me put these back up and throw them up here. Can't be any of these guys. This has to be one of those more bold takes. Who can be the running back 1 overall? Drop your favorite in the chat as I pencil through this. That graveyard show you've been waiting for all night is here. This show begins right now.
You're watching a
graveyard stream.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
Who is running back 1? That can't be Bijan, Gibbs, Achane, or CMC. I think you could keep JT in here because he has such a complex situation. I don't think he's anybody's running back 1 this year, even though we love what he delivered last year, and some people absolutely feel like it's going to be on repeat. But I think he could be in the mix here. Who's the running back 1 dark horse? Now, before you come in here and just get in your feelings, you know how many people think they're enlightening me in the comments section? Like on my last video, like Smitty, one guy's like, all due respect, whoever it was, you can speak up. Don't be ashamed of your comment. You left it. But all due respect, Smitty, but how are we ranking Jeremiah Love this early? He's a rookie, and we don't know where his landing spot is. Scared money don't make money, what? Who cares? Like, what kind of world do you live in? Do I look like a complete a-hole? What kind of world do I live in where I'm not able to get bold? I'm not going to give you my extreme takes, my dark horse takes. No one's saying draft Jeremiah Love as the running back 3 or 4. We did this previous show where I did the top 10 running back rankings and Love was in the 6-7 territory in redraft. What on earth makes you think that a player like Jeremiah Love can't finish as the number 5 or number 4 running back in his rookie season? What world do you live in where you think because of the past, I mean, haven't you seen? I'm scared. I'm a Scotty. I'm scared. I'm a scared Scotty. And I'm sitting here looking at the past, Smitty. Last year scared me. Genty wasn't what we wanted. Harvey took forever. Hendy took forever. You can live in a scared Scotty world all you want. This man doesn't live in that world. Last year doesn't determine this year. Bijan's situation is different than Genty's. Genty's situation is different than Gibbs' situation. All the rookies last year are different than Jeremiah Love. Jeremiah Love's going to be different than next year's rookie class. It is what it is. You can either be scared and try and lump everything together and be a careful Caleb, but this probably isn't the channel for you if you're a careful Caleb, because it's going to drive you nuts. Hampton's certainly in the conversation. Sure, I don't think I'm going to put him on screen because he's not going to be one of my finalists, but he's certainly somebody you could throw out. If I'm picking a guy that can be the number 1 overall running back, and I can't choose these 4 gentlemen right here. And let's just say JT was so good last year. Let's even throw JT out. I was going to say we don't need to. Let's just throw him out. He can't be used either. Can't be Bijan, can't be Gibbs, can't be JT, can't be Achane, can't be McCaffrey. Dark horse running back. These guys qualify. This is a group of RBs that if you came out and said, I think he's going to be running back 1, you would have people absolutely messing their pants. You'd have people running to the restroom to change their drawers, their extra set of drawers they bring to every show, because the show at some point makes you either need to change your drawers through laughter or through a bold take. It's understandable. It's advised. And I'm sitting here looking at 4 gentlemen that can absolutely turn your world upside down, for good or for bad. There's definitely a world where you look at this and you say, damn, this could be a disaster. This could be messy. You know, it's funny because my lead candidate, my instinct leans toward Hendy right here. And Hendy, I ranked 1 slot below Genty in the last ranking, but this goes to show how volatile and ever-flowing things are. Stay loose, stay liquid. We tell you that all the time. That's a mantra on this channel. Stay loose, stay liquid. Make sure you're consistently trying to adjust and adapt. And it's funny that in my rankings, I will have Genty higher, but that doesn't mean I don't like Hendy more. Just because you rank someone lower doesn't mean you aren't laughing inside your soul, going, you guys are absolute morons. You don't realize Hendy could be running back number 1. Keep smiling, look at the baby. This guy, Hendy, can be running back 1. This guy, Genty, can be running back 1. This guy, Chase Brown, I think more so, not to spoil it here, can be running back 1 a lot of times, but at the end of the day, does he average out to be? The one thing standing in the way of Chase Brown remaining running back 1 through an entire season is the volatility of the Bengals. The Bengals, kind of like the Kansas City Chief wide receiver situation, somehow, some way can't be consistent for 17 games. You know, it's a Burrow injury, it's a Jamar Chase injury, it's something that comes up and pops up. And so that makes me a little bit cautious to be like, oh, Chase Brown's my dark horse running back 1, but he's certainly my dark horse top 5 running back that's still going to ruffle feathers and change some diapers. This is definitely something that's going to shock people when you say top 5. So I'm going to move him over here. I'm going to say Jeremiah Love, while everybody keeps, I don't know, running at the mouth and screaming and yelling at me because they think I have Jeremiah Love too high. You know what that makes me do? Smile from ear to ear and rejoice, because then I know we really do have a bold call on the Jupiter men.
The Jupiter men. Jupiter is so large, every planet in the solar system could fit inside. Let him cook.
Because if Jeremiah Love is ranked in a comfortable place, I'm not doing my job. If Jeremiah Love isn't upsetting somebody because I've got him slotted too high, because look at the other rookies, look at MHJ, I can't handle this guy. He's an absolute nutbag. If I'm not getting that reaction at least 2 out of 5 times, I don't have Jeremiah Love high enough.
The Jupiter men. Jupiter is so large, every planet in the solar system could fit inside it.
I just don't. You can use, I love it. I love seeing the comments, Smitty. The comment, no offense to whoever it was. I even think I like the person that said it. I'm not trying to like go at him. So if it's you can speak up. But somebody just wrote recently, all due respect. All due respect, Smitty. But you having Jeremiah Love as a rookie in your top 5 running back, all due respect. No offense here. I'm just going to tell you my crystal ball. I responded to him. I said, should I just take the video down now that you're here? Now that your advice is here to save the day and it's martial law up in this mug? If you don't think Jeremiah Love can be a top 5 running back as a rookie, why in the hell did I create the video? Should I just take it down, Stevie boy? Should I just rip it from the atmosphere? Act like it didn't exist? Jeremiah Love could be this good. I'm going to say that his rookie season, like any rookie, will have some ebbs and flows. So 5, Chase Brown 5. Jeremiah Love capable of 5. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, indeed. That means we're down to 2. We're down to 2 monsters. One's named Trevion Henderson. We call him Hendy. We call him House Call. He's right here. We've got another one, Ashton Genty. Dom will tell you he double fist style drafts him every time he's drafting. These are the 2 dark horse running back ones walking into 2026. And you might say, Smitty, I see 2 names on screen. I don't like this. I want you to do what you said you were going to do. Dark horse, not dark horses. Dark horse running back 1. Give me one, Smitty. Narrow it down. And I'm going to tell you I will not. I shall not abide by your rules and give you 1 when I can give you 2. I give you the 2 top dark horse running back ones, and I don't even want to decide. Let them both cook.
Let him cook.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Love, it depends on his landing spot. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, some of it's depending. I mean, if it goes well, I'll be on board. Save room for at the back of the caboose. I'll run and I'll catch up at the last second. Put your hand out, and when it's safe, I'll come on board. When it's safe, I'll land on this train. Just save room for me, okay? Please save room for me. I'm too scared right now. I will be there at the end. When it's safe. When it's safe.
Take a big lap. Your Bijan card has been revoked.
Hop on like men at work at the garbage truck. That's right. See, at least Big Rod has he's a good sport. He didn't cry. He didn't complain. He didn't take his meatloaf and throw it at the screen and smash his plate and say, Ma! Bring me my bathrobe. I'm ready to go to bed. No, Big Rod decided he'd just bring his big boy pants, pull them up, and take his comment like a man, which he did. And for that reason, Big Rod will be Smitty approved.
You've just been Smitty approved.
Smitty, can I come on board now? Please? These are the 2 dark horse running back ones. Plain and simple. I don't want to narrow it down. I don't need to narrow it down. I can do whatever I want. And I'm going to leave it just like this. And that doesn't mean that, again, Love or potentially Chase Brown or potentially other unnamed player that we didn't even put on the board couldn't climb into this territory of glory. This elite of the elite, semi-elites, Hampton certainly could. There's a lot that needs to happen, though, Not to sound like Big Rod, but depends on the offensive line. We've got, I don't know, Cook, I don't think Cook's running back 1 worthy, but he's like a dark horse. Chase Brown, Love, top 5, absolutely could be. I mean, he plays so well this year. I think, you want to know a wild one? This probably won't be one that people will like very much or agree with, but this one could be, if he lands in KC, I don't think anybody's talking about. It's like, who here has Breece Hall even in their top 10 running backs? You know what I'm saying? I think we're going to be first on this. In fact, I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
He's on a shuttle to Mars. Mars man.
Our first Mars. I didn't think I was going to do a spaceman tonight.
Loads dropping and spinning aimlessly in space.
I didn't think I was dropping a spaceman tonight. I did not expect this whatsoever. Sometimes on a whim, we just do the thing live. But I'll tell you right now, we're first on this because even if people are going to talk about it, nobody's talking about Breece Hall in terms of rankings is even a top 10 guy. We're saying he could be dark horse 1, but probably more so along the Chase Brown, Hamptons, getting into that dark horse top 5 territory. But no one's talking about this right now. No one's trading for him. No one's creating. In fact, this will be the Dynasty show tonight. After this show ends, we're going straight on Dynasty to talk Breece Hall. Just concocted this idea right now. This is a player that if he lands in KC, he goes from running back 12, 13, 14. We just did a top 10 running back ranking show where we had ties involved. Let me go back to the top 10 ranking. Let me real quickly, let me throw all these players into a folder here so I can bring them back to life in a second. Here are, let's see here. All right, let's clear this board and bring back the, oh, you know what? I don't need to do that. I have it over here. This was the show earlier tonight. Ignore this. Top 10 running backs for 2026. Kind of bold style. And look where Breece Hall lands. If you count all the ties, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I don't think so. Let's change that. I apologize. I was wrong. He needs to be at least right here. He could potentially be right here. He needs to at least be right here. And you know what? I'm going to put him here. F it. He was right here. I'm moving him from 9 to the tier that ranks tied for 6. No one's talking about this. Even in our own world where we love Breece Hall probably more than anybody, he's ranking at like 10, 13. Not on my watch, not any longer. This guy should be in the top 10. It's hard to fit him in there, but no one's talking about this. Until now.
He's on a shuttle to Mars. Mars man.
If this man goes to KC, where in the hell?
Dropping and
where
aimlessly
in the
space.
hell does his value go then? Top 5, top 6, top 7, top 4? And he's probably going somewhere lucrative. And yet he's ranking outside of everyone's, including mine, until I just rectified it. So we're good. But he's ranking outside of the top 10 for everybody when he'll probably rank soon inside the top 5. That means he's one of the best buy low players in fantasy walking into 2026.
You've just been Smitty approved.
I mean, are we not understanding what I'm saying right here? There is a world where he is the dark horse. I'm not saying he will be. I'm saying there's a world where he's the dark horse running back 1, 2, or 3 in KC in a lucrative environment. And this guy's in no one's top 10 to 12 running backs. That's why he just cracked the board tonight.
He's on a shuttle to Mars. Mars man. Call into the show. Call into the show.
I think I want to talk specifically about this guy right here tonight. I think we need some phone calls on Breece Hall. Be specific about Breece Hall and this conversation before you call in about your selfish dynasty question, but I'll certainly help you with that too. But dial in with some authority on this damn matter. And I would love to know yeah. No one's going to touch our Breece Hall enthusiasm. Nobody.
He's on a shuttle to Mars.
Nobody.
Mars man.
To Mars!
What value? What value? Like, sometimes, things shock me when I'm like going through the motions and live. That's why I love doing this stuff live. I don't script shit. And that's the beauty of this environment. Like, I'm sitting here going, I'm thinking this stuff out in front of you. What in the hell are we all doing about Breece Hall not being in our top 12, 13, 14 running backs? What in the hell are we thinking? It's right in front of us. He's going to get traded or be somewhere else. He'll either be, the Jets will be stupid enough not to tag him and trade him. They might let him go. He goes to KC. What in the hell are we doing? This is a top 5 running back. This is a dark horse number 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 running back in 2026, and we're sitting on our hands. Not on my watch. Not on my watch. And I said dial in.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
We just found gold tonight. Tonight we walked into the river trying to wash our feet off, maybe do a little laundry. We came out with a pot of gold.
Let him cook.
KC, potentially another spot or two could develop. I mean, we've got the picks right here. If we go to the board, we have those running back spots. KC, Dallas, New Orleans or KC probably drafting Love, one of the two teams. Washington with Breece Hall. Can you imagine? Minnesota, if they got Breece Hall, they'd use the hell out of him. The Jets could retain him, but, and that wouldn't even be the end of the world. He can still be a top 10 running back there. But Tennessee, I don't want that. That would be probably the one landing spot I'd be upset about. Baltimore, they're keeping Henry, but the teams at the bottom were contingent on some weird things occurring. So they're not really necessarily part of the equation. But the top, there isn't Washington, Minnesota, New Orleans, KC are probably the places that we're most intrigued for Breece Hall landing spot. Why am I on this screen? Why am I on that screen? There we go. Oh. I don't know. I don't know if my phone lines are off. James Cook, running back 1. No, who dat, fam. Stop thinking with your jersey, bro. Stop thinking with your wardrobe closet. It's got James Cook and Buffalo Bill jerseys in it, bro. Start using your brain about it. Commanders Hall, then that means Bill will finally play. That's true. We need Bill. For Bill's sake, he needs to have an elite running back land on roster, and then all of a sudden they'll start using Bill. I think Hall would turn Henry into a humble running back too. It's possible they look into moving on from Henry, like in a way, like it depends on the regime that comes in. Like, hey, we know Henry could slow down here any minute. Let's get Breece Hall in here, and then that would suck though for year 1 of that marriage. I'm gonna say Barkley, says Phil. You can say whatever you want. What happens if the Steelers go after Breece? I don't think they will. They could. I suppose, but I don't think they will. And what are the contracts of Jalen Warren? Jalen Warren contract, and also Gainwell. I think Gainwell's a free agent, isn't he? Isn't he? I think he is. Jalen Warren's under contract till 2028, and Kenneth Gainwell, I believe, is a free agent. I think. Not positive, but let me look. Free agent, yes. So Gainwell might not return. We don't know. They could bring him back. I mean, the running back market will not be kind to Gainwell. Gainwell will probably get offered some sort of, hey, here's a contract in order to stay. We love you. And they should love him. He's a great fit. He's playing fantastic ball. Barkley, let Phil be in his moment. Big Rod, don't ruin it for Phil. Phil's living in the past with Barkley. He thinks Barkley's a top 1 running back. It's not going to happen, bro. Yeah, so Gainwell probably, there's just not going to be a market for him, and Pittsburgh will be happy to bring him back. So that probably will be a retention, I would think. This is the cat that would be number 1 overall in fantasy football if they just fed him all of what Ramondre's getting and what he's getting. It's hard to know what that will look like in 2026, though. But if he did get all the work, he would go to the moon. Let's not forget the feeling we had when we thought that Tyler Algier was going to always take from Bijan coming out of Bijan's rookie year. It felt like they're just going to do this year after year after year, right? But then it didn't happen. So, now granted, there was a coaching change, but I don't think, Stevenson's going to be eating taking food off of Hendy's plate at Thanksgiving dinner, for years and years. Could it be one more year that they bring Stevenson back and they just keep using him potentially? Paul.
Smitty, Breece needs to go where he will get the 2 running back 1 touches and not be in a split backfield. Then I will jump on the train. So I'll see you there when it's safe, and I'll try and get on it. Please make room at the caboose. Tell everybody I'll be there when Breece Hall's in safe territory, not before. Not going to risk it. Can't try and be ahead of the curve on this one. Only if and when he will be a top 5 running back, and I will say I was there. I was there the dark night where he turned into a monster, and I was a part of the originating team that was behind this. I just was very cautionary. So please save room for me, Smitty. I will be trying to climb on the caboose free of charge, not buying a ticket early. I will theft my way onto the back of the said caboose and hang on for dear life and enjoy the ride. See you then, Paul.
Rockout says, Smitty, how can I become a Saturn man? All you got to do is keep shooting for the stars. Rockout, you will get there. You will get there, young man. You will be there. I don't know if the phone lines are working. Well, we do got to do a Dynasty show as well. We got that. Rockout, thank you for that super chat. Appreciate you. Rockout to the motherfreaking moon. Oh, Magic! Magic, I'm sorry I did not see this. Are you still here, Magic? I don't know how I didn't see this super chat. He said, I have Bijan, Genty, and Hendy 3-peat next year. Bro, you've got amazing running back situation. What do your wide receivers and quarterback room look like? Magic, I appreciate that. I'm sorry it took me so long to see that. Excellent job, bro. It's a great building. Guy's been watching this show like no other. He watches every show twice. That's how good Magic is. Smitty, I need 2 running backs. And, okay, phone lines might be working. I need 2 running backs that possibly will have a good game this week but lose. I need 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers that possibly will have a good game this week but lose. I don't know, Big Bank. Why do you want them to lose? What kind of criteria is that? What are we doing though? What are we playing here, bro? If we're trying to pick wild card players that will do well but lose, in your criteria, give me, geez, bro, give me but McCaffrey's not going to be cheap, but I think he is falling in best ball. If you're talking about best ball drafts or whatever, you're trying to construct a mitten. If anybody wants to do a best ball draft on Underdog, they have playoff drafts using code Smitty. You can play 5 and get 75. But there's, if I'm trying to predict teams that will lose, and hit this link right here, code Smitty, Underdog Fantasy, promo code Smitty. There it is. Smash that. But like if we're trying to pick, wrong button. We're trying to pick teams that could lose. Dowdle could do okay. Swift, Manungai, Jacobs, Hampton. Probably Hampton would be my running back 1 of choice of teams that will probably lose this wild card matchup. Wide receivers, Nico probably wins. So I can't give you that guarantee of losing that you want. I don't know why you want them to lose. Burden, I think Green Bay could lose this game though, but Burden or Christian Watson, pick your poison over there. And Ted McMillan's not bad. And then probably like Jawan Jennings if you need one. I don't know. It's a weird question, but all right, DJ, you're live.
Best show on the planet.
Thanks, man.
Went back, saw the top 10 running backs, and I may have missed it. Help me out. But what was your thought on or ranking on Cam Scatterbo?
Not in the top 10 because he didn't even flirt with. He was the next group we had talked about him. We had said, hey, if we were going to go into further, detail, that he would be one of the next people called out. Walker, Kyron, but I think he'd still be behind Kyron. You'd have Henry and Barkley and Javonte Williams and Scatterbo and Walker and Jacobs and there's so many players that we still didn't name. Like, that's how crazy the running back pool is this year. It's so deep. But Scatterbo coming back from his injury is I'm going to be a little cautious with 2026 running back rankings. I still like him a lot, but there's no way he's in contention in my ranking for top 10. Maybe he's a sleeper, plays like a top 10 running back at some point during the year, but there's no way in hell I'm ranking him in the top 10 coming off that nearly severed foot.
Fair enough. I guess, I was just looking at his stats and being a Cam supporter. In fact, he was my number one back, and then Harvey. But the first 8 weeks, and again, great point. His health, that ankle, what'd you say? It's kind of hanging or half chopped off.
I mean, he almost severed his foot off, and he's not the sharpest tool in the shed. That's for sure. Yeah. I mean, he really isn't. And I like him for that. That makes me like him more. But he's not the kind of guy that's doing the right things right now. He's organized in a wrestling fight when he was in a boot. Like, he's headbutting his chair furniture. Yeah, I like him too. But we can't expect him to hit the field in week 1 and just be like 100%. I don't know. He could, but the beauty is that you don't even need to talk about him. You don't even need to mention his name when you're discussing top 10 running back rankings. Like, he's not going to go that high. People are going to be cautious of him. But he's a fantastic flex play that turns into your running back 2. It could be an elite running back 2 at any point during the year. But you can't rank him over Hall and Bucky and Hampton and Cook and, these guys that are more secure. You could do it, but I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't rank. You don't need to.
Yeah, that's a fair point. I was just thinking, his health is a question. If he was healthy, I would have him in my top 10. And, past performance is no indication of future performance. But prior to injury, he was in the top 10. His PPR, prowess. And when I say his top 10, and again, first 8 games, Taylor, McCaffrey, Ashawn, Bajan, Javonte, Gibbs, and, he was averaging about 17 points per game. But, again, yeah, great point. His health, and in reality, we couldn't do that. But if he was healthy, top 10. Top 10.
I think he'd be in the conversation still. I like him a lot. He'd definitely be in the conversation. We would put him right in the same bucket of all these players. I don't know if you can see it on screen. He'd probably be right in this group of 9, in this 9 spot that has 1, 2, 3. He would be like the 4th or 5th, or you could still put like Jacobs and but all these running backs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. At least those 13, no matter what, whether if they said Cam Scatterbo's foot is 100%, I still couldn't put him above any of those guys. And I'd still be hard pressed to put him above Harvey and Etienne, which would be right around 13, 14, 15 overall running back, which is still fantastic. I think sometimes we get in the habit of wanting to call everybody, and I'm very guilty of this, wanting to call everybody a top 10 running back. But you start going through the motions, and you're like, damn it, you can't even be top 15. I mean, he might be 13, 14, 15. But the thing is, you could certainly squeeze out higher numbers. I'm not saying that you can't. Like, you can draft him here and hope for top 10 running back numbers. I like Cam Scatterbo a lot. I think with Neighbors healthy, Dart and Cam healthy, it's going to be a remarkable New York Football Giant year. I can't wait to see who they bring in, what other additions they have, who's the head coach. All of it's going to be a phenomenal, fun ride.
Yeah, fair point. That makes sense. There is a log jam, but that's a good thing in terms of the running back position.
It's great.
You know, from that standpoint.
I mean, would you take right now, knowing what you know right now, and you gotta risk it for the biscuit. Would you rather have Cam Scatterbo over Bucky for 2026? You're not wrong if you do, because there's question marks about Bucky right now. But would you rather have Bucky or Cam?
If we're talking redraft, I would take Bucky.
Okay. What about Harvey or Cam Scatterbo? Knowing everything you know right now.
Everything I know, Harvey.
And ETN, who may or may not be back. I mean, I could see him wanting to come back and taking a hometown discount to stay in a team where he believes he's part of something special. And this is, some people don't want to leave their home. And some people, money's not everything. And ETN it seems like to me, at least I get the feel initially of everything I looked at with this situation, that ETN's one of those guys that will almost not even want to explore elsewhere. But money talks. Sometimes players say this is business and he might go try and get a bag. But even if he stayed or left to KC or the New Orleans Saints, he thrives in any one of the three situations that he probably end up being in. How does ETN even rank this low for me? I don't know. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to move ETN up with Bucky. But could you like ETN more than Cam Scatterbo? I assume you do. You can say whatever you want. Like, I'm not trying to pressure you.
Well, yeah, and I'm qualifying all of this in redraft, right?
I know.
But if I'm talking dynasty, I'm going Cam. But
redraft,
this is not the
dynasty show.
Knowing what I know now, what I know now, I take ETN.
And while this is not the dynasty show, we talk dynasty.
I understand that.
So you can certainly bring a dynasty conversation anytime you want to this channel. This is the main channel that covers everything. So don't feel like you can't have those conversations. So that's fine.
Right. You take no one want to know now. But it's and now if I'm getting close, we're getting closer to the season, and they're like, oh yeah, he's good to go. I'm taking.
That's interesting.
Cam over Harvey.
I like Cam Scatterbo. I don't like him enough to rank him over Bucky, ETN, Hampton, James Cook, Breece Hall, Harvey. And if Charbonnet's the lone starter, I want Charbonnet over him too. But that puts him pretty low. I get it, but it doesn't mean I don't love him. I just want to protect the upside and package in the risk. But ETN so good this year. He should be a monster next year in Jacksonville if he stays, or wherever he ends up going, he's going where they're going to feed the hell out of him. So I don't know.
And I think that's a good point in terms of him staying in Jacksonville or going. I mean, money talks and the BS, in some cases walks. But it seems like he might be in a good position. I mean, they're cooking, right? I mean, like, how much? What would the difference be? I mean, an extra million or two is an extra million or two. Yeah. But it is a running back.
John,
I'd like him in KC in the beginning of the year. I think we were talking about that. And ETN and KC, All
right, I'm gonna read something to you, or not read something to you. You tell me if you true or false. This is a true comment in the live chat. All right, Sean Payton is gonna draft Harvey's replacement. Is that an actual comment in the live chat, or is that cap?
That's a live. I think that's a live comment. I'm not looking at the video.
Yes.
I'm on the phone. So,
John, do you even watch football? John, do you even watch football? I'm not mad at you. I'm just asking honestly so I can be gentle on you, because this is like the 8th thing you've said in the last 2 shows that we all just are really worried about you. We just want to make sure you're okay. But the fact that you actually wrote this down and documented it, I don't understand what the hell you're doing, bro. John, I might give John a free membership to the fantasyfootballshow.com. I think he needs it. This is like the 5th thing in a row, and the 10th thing in a row, maybe, that he said that just has me concerned as hell.
Yeah, John. If you're not a member, man, you better join, man. I mean,
John, there's a lot to learn.
Good stuff. Get on board. We play to win. But yeah, and I'm not looking at the chat, because I'm on the phone there and whatever. So yeah, that I think that is a real one, though, a real comment. Shouldn't be.
This is like John's like at the poker table, like hitting when he should be standing. Like I don't know what he's doing. Okay.
Or the 21 blackjack, messing up the whole table. But yeah. So Cam, I just thought maybe Cam
okay, John,
be in that cluster when I was watching the video there. But again, knowing what we know now in that cluster, I can see. But I still think his photo should be up there. But that's just my opinion.
Look up his numbers. John, I really appreciate you trying to help me learn ball. Thank you, John. I'll look up some Harvey numbers after the show if I have time. Maybe a little Bed Bath & Beyond if I have time. Home Depot. Thanks, John.
I think the thing with Harvey, because like I said, I've been on him all year. That's my guy.
Look it up.
What do you have? Like 12 touchdowns?
Look it up. There are numbers. Smitty, I know you do this professionally, but have you ever thought about looking up numbers? You ever thought about researching? Maybe the take? John, if you weren't here, I don't know what I'd do. Without John, I might accidentally just put out some really bad content. John, why didn't you tell me this before we went live? So I could have put it up on the screen on the anti-Moon Man list and put Harvey up there because I didn't know there were numbers to look at. John, I found this video of John.
All right, prepare for take one. All right, action.
He's a box score, Bobby. He's a little sloppy. Box score, Bobby. He's a box score, Bobby. He's so sloppy. Bobby.
Hold on. Love the two-step. The two-step.
Thank you. Damn, John. We owe John our lives. Someone said, who said John saved this channel? Jose said, John saved this show. He saved it.
Love the two-step. The sway.
Did you look at McLaughlin's numbers? This is like the guy that called in and started talking about Sam Darnold. Did you look at the average depth of target with the perception of the calculated algorithmic projected expected point value? When you cross it with, you can find data that will tell your story if you needed to. This guy Fantasy's explaining me about Harvey. All right, anyway, enough of what John's spewing. Poor guy. John is cute. It's cute, John. All right. Anything else, pal?
No, my guy. Best show on the planet.
All right. We might be on Dynasty in a few minutes. We'll be talking Breece Hall. All right. Later. Paul, thank you very much. All right. Guys, we'll be back on the Dynasty show in T-minus 2 to 4 minutes. 2 to 4 minutes. All right. Thank you all for being here. Dark horse running back number 1 overall, tie between Genty and Hendy. Do it live. Honorable mentions: Breece Hall, Chase Brown, Jeremiah Love. Can't choose any of these guys, which is why they're over there. See you all on the Dynasty channel. Here's the link to the Dynasty channel right here. Make sure you grab this link. Do it live. See you there in T-minus 2 to 4 minutes. Boom. There's the link. I'll pin it on the way out the door. See you. Live Monday through Friday, John's still telling people to go watch film and look up stats. John, you know how demeaning, real quick, this is just for your own sake. Do you know how demeaning it is? It'd actually be demeaning if anybody took your advice seriously, but how demeaning you're trying to be when you're telling somebody to go look at a number or go look at film or like, John, we watch football. I know you don't think that we do. And not only do I watch football, I watch it all again. Not only do I comb through the stats, I invent the stats, John. So it's weird. It's cringy when you say, you should look at the number. Have you watched any Bronco footage? It's like me going to a mechanic and saying, have you ever watched on YouTube how someone does an oil change? Have you ever YouTubed an oil change, Mr. Mechanic? Like, do you understand how cringy it is what you're saying, John? Stop it. It's embarrassing. I'm secondhand embarrassment. Hey, Mr. Mechanic, have you ever YouTubed how to change a tire? It's very interesting. It might help you with your job. All right. See you all on Dynasty in T-minus 2 to 4 minutes. Deuce.